Trafford Stadium in Athens. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Georgia Bulldogs. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, catching up with Coach Shane Beamer before the game. He understands what a challenge this is. Number one, the stadium is one of the best in college football. Every time you step foot in this crowd, in this stadium, you have to be at your best from a communication standpoint. This top 25 team will be a challenge, and he understands his guys have their backs against the wall. They have to communicate and be effective at the line of scrimmage. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So South Carolina's offense will have the football first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Just like we expected, this home crowd getting involved right from the start. Throwing Sellers. Oh, they're after him. Trying to make magic with his feet. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Here's Sellers to throw. The sure hands, it's Hunt. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Gets the back moving, dropping back, it's Sellers. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap, and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Again, it's Sellers. With the catch, it's Tuggle. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snags it, and there's running. Headed to the end zone, and he will take it in. Touchdown, South Carolina. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28, and a pretty good job by the coverage unit. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And here are the starters on the offensive front, and you won't find one much better in the country.
And, man, this is kind of synonymous with Georgia football, right? Over the years, you've seen through Kirby Smart, right? Like physicality, toughness, run game. But it starts with the big, massive human beings. They recruit a different body type, Palmer. It's called not human. It's like brontosaurus bones. They go after the big boys.
It's so interesting when you think about Georgia and their running game, too, because of the athleticism you're talking about. It allows them to do some different things and be a little bit more athletic and attack the perimeter of the field that a lot of defenses aren't equipped to defend. And it's no different with this Georgia offensive line as well. They're going out, they're bringing in 5 stars, they're bringing in the best talent and coaching them up. And this unit, they have been a force all season.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Booted away to start the second half. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Coming out of the locker room, Coach Kirby Smart told me they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
To the air. It's Stockton. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. The offense comes out for what almost certainly will be its final drive late in the fourth quarter. To the air on first down. He's got him. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The Bulldogs have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. He wants it all. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
And now they've decided to go for 2. A gutsy call, and the game likely to be decided right here. He's looking to pass. Quick completion on the out. He will be stopped short of the goal line. The big gamble to take the lead with the 2-point conversion attempt does not pay off. Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, then maybe time for a play or 2. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
Sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all-timers.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go with, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity